We had a little feedback problem this morning, so we'll try not to have a feedback problem now. So, back in 1988, a 3-year-old girl by the name of Sarah started to ice skate. Now, what does that have to do with anything? What does that have to do with freedom? Well, 14 years later, Sarah Hughes won a gold medal at the Winter Olympics for figure skating, singles figure skating, at 17 years old. Let's give her a big hand. Now I bring that up because I was witness to that occasion where she won that medal. And her movement on the ice was so smooth and so flawless. There couldn't have been anybody directing her, like if there was a puppeteer or whatever. It was just a natural thing. She was in a state of freedom. She just, all over that ice. And it was a marvelous thing to witness. And for her to win was just that she needed to win because she was just that good. So, hooray for Sarah and hooray for freedom. So, artists and musicians and all different, types of creative people look at freedom. Musicians, Janis Joplin sang the song "Me and Bobby McGee," and there was a line in there, freedom, nothing left to lose. Chicago had a tune, "I just want to be free, free from all the hurt, free from all the pain." So artists and poets, and I'm sure even, painters come up with their version of freedom. So I came up with a version of freedom, and it takes the word freedom and it breaks it down. So bear with my poetic prowess here, because it's one of my first attempts. So F is for the first steps that we all must take. R is for our right to be who we are to be. E is for emotion that we all shall feel. And E is for the energy that is needed to reveal. D is for the distance that we all must climb. And O is for the other paths that we shall all entwine. M is for the mystic, the holy and divine. Freedom is the word and a state of mind. So, that just came to me when I was in the car coming back from Ashland. Kathy and I were talking about different things and talking about this coming up, and she said, you should try to write a poem or something. And there in the car, it wasn't me, it just divine. It just came right through me. So I was rather, tried not to break my arm apart myself like that. So you need to go further than that. You need to look a little further. So I thought, why not take a look at what other great people have had to say about freedom? And Carl Jung had an interesting quote that I found, and it said, "Those who look outside dream, and those that look within awaken." And that's kind of where we're at. When we go inside and when we meditate, things are revealed to us. Little bits of information. And sometimes when we're meditating, we have that nagging thought that just kind of keeps coming around, and we try to put it down and we think, well, maybe I should do something about that. But it's just a nagging thought that keeps whirling around. We need to stay on our mantra, concentrate on our breathing, whatever it is, and just let that thought go. Just like a cloud in the sky. The thought comes and then it's just going to go. And then, it might come back again, but it's just a cloud, and it's just going to go away and leave us alone. So, when we talk about meditation, and when we talk about freedom, I think a key element to that is making the choice. And that part of our freedom is that we have to make the choice to be free. And I know myself, when I was 16 years old, I had a job, and I was making lots of money, and I picked up the evil habit of smoking cigarettes. And so I was 16, 17 years old, and by the time I had given that habit up, I had smoked half of my life. I was 34 when I quit. And, you know, there are times you say, well, I'm just not going to do this. I'm going to put, and then a day later or an hour later, you're smoking again. So what was it that all of a sudden changed in me that said, you know, I'm just not going to do this anymore. I'm just, I'm not going to spend my hard-earned money. And this was back when, you could get a carton of cigarettes, generic ones, for $4. Now you pay at least $4 for one pack of cigarettes. So within me, I really wanted to give this up. I really wanted to let it go. And so you try chewing, get some double mint or something, and try chewing gum or eating candy bars or whatever. You just gain weight doing that. But I said, okay, I'm going to need some real help. So I went to see the doctor at the time and told him what I wanted to do. And he gave me a prescription for Nicorette, which now you can get over the counter. And so he gave me, like, I don't know how many times to refill this thing. And the first packet I got had 90 pieces of gum in it. And I remember the first day, I chewed 5. And that seemed like an awful lot, 5. But then the next day, it was only maybe 3 or 4. And then it got to the point where maybe I only had to do 1 or 2 a day. And by the time I had finished that initial packet, I was done. I didn't need to get it renewed. I was done. But I did pick up another bad habit, and that was chewing sunflower seeds. Now, everybody knows, if you've ever bought sunflower seeds, they're very salty and they'll make your lips pucker. And, pretty soon, you feel like a little prune or a raisin. Your mouth is just gone. Well, I found a place where I could buy unsalted sunflower seeds, which made it even worse, because I could just eat those all day long. But that was part of my detox from the tobacco industry. And after a while, I didn't even need the sunflower seeds. So I freed myself from that, but I made a really deep commitment. And I still know people that smoke and they go, oh yeah, I'm going to quit. And I go, you know what? If you're going to quit, you really have to commit to it. You really, something way down deep inside of you really has to want to give that up to free yourself from that. So, that was before I was a PLCer. But there was something in me, this core of divine energy, which helped me to get through that. So, I look inside, and I awaken. So, let's see, there's some other profound, and most of us, I had this book called The Language of Letting Go, and it's actually for 12-step people, but we're all 12-step people in a way, we're all trying to get rid of something. But in The Language of Letting Go, they have every day, it's like a daily, you read a little section every day, and it kind of, there's a meditation with it, and an affirmation.